This segment of the news is brought to you by...
This is the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, Grand Bahama's tough economy forcing the Catholic Board of Education to change its method of operation. The school board has decided to merge the Grand Bahama Catholic High School and the Mary Star of the Sea School on one campus. And this change will take effect in September of next year. Director of Catholic Education, Claudette Rolle, says Catholic High will move to the Mary Star location.
Operational costs for two separate campuses have become quite high, and so we're experiencing a net loss with operating the two schools. And secondly, when we look at the enrollment of both schools, it's about combined, it's about 475, and so we feel it's easier and it's more viable for us to operate a pre-K through 12 school on one campus rather than two separate schools.
Now, Rolle says this amalgamation will call for additional accommodations at the Mary Star location, and work could begin early next year.
We are going to be doing some renovations to the Mary Star of the Sea campus and some future upgrades so that we could accommodate a pre-K through 12. We are going to begin those in January of 2014 to be able to comfortably accommodate the high school and to make sure that there is a separation between the early childhood, the primary, and the high school.
Now, Rolle says the Catholic Diocese has yet to decide what will happen with the Catholic High School campus following next year's amalgamation. However, she says despite the shaky economy, the Catholic Diocese is committed to maintaining a footprint here on Grand Bahama. And it's official, the Commonwealth Union of Hotel Services and Allied Workers is now recognized as a bargaining agent for non-managerial employees at the Grand Lacaine Resort. The Minister of Labor, the Honorable Shane Gibson, has issued a certificate of determination to the union. On June 18th, the Commonwealth Union, led by Michelle Dorset, was able to unseat the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union to become the next bargaining agent at that property. It was the Commonwealth Union's second attempt at the property. The Commonwealth Union was able to outpoll the Hotel Union by a vote of 189 to 86. In other news, Grand Bahama's religious tourism market getting a boost this weekend with the arrival of over 300 visitors from Houston, Texas. Last evening, members of the religious base group heard from the Minister of Tourism as they met to honor their pastor who traveled thousands of miles to celebrate his birthday. He was the spiritual advisor to the Bush administration and pastors a church of over 16,000 members in Houston, Texas. This week, 337 of that number chose Grand Bahama to celebrate his 60th birthday. The delegation celebrated in Bahamian style, and among the partygoers was Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville.
We appreciate the fact that you have chosen Grand Bahama out of all of our islands, and our Minister of Tourism, I know that son of the soil, he's constantly working diligently throughout the United States to attract business and other opportunities for here in Grand Bahama. And today is an example of a group who has come to this island to give us support and to help our tourism sector. On behalf of all of us from the Ministry of Grand Bahama and the people of Grand Bahama, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and we intend to give you our best hospitality.
Also a part of the celebrations was Minister for Tourism Obi Wilshcombe, who shared the importance of tourism while adding the similarities between the Bahamas and the United States.
When you celebrate in America, we celebrate here. Your successes are our successes. And we're so happy that you came to our country, that you enjoyed one of our cities, and that you will come back. Because notwithstanding any difficulties, the truth is it's still better in the Bahamas.
The highly distinguished Pastor Caldwell says he has been coming to Grand Bahama since the 70s, and he admits his love for this island. He was grateful for the wonderful celebration and says he'll be back soon.
How many of us, tell the truth and shame the devil, had never heard of Grand Bahama before you came here? How many of you thought Bahamas began and started with NASA? How many of you would come back? How many of you would come back if you didn't have to pay for airfare? I just thought I'd ask. Praise the Lord. Bless his name in here today. Amen. So we're thinking about year after next, but and I've not said this to Pastor Suzette, but I see, let's see, I see something sooner than next year, year after next. I'm just saying, just stay tuned and be prayerful. Amen.
The distinguished pastor was also presented gifts and souvenirs by the Ministry of Tourism. Now, the 300-plus members of Windsor Village United Methodist Church left Grand Bahama on board a charter flight today. Over the past 5 days, the religious tourism group got a taste of Bahamian culture. The members we spoke with say they will be recommending Grand Bahama as a good place to visit.
I had a real nice trip. I enjoyed every bit of it.
This is a perfect religious tourism destination. There's not a lot of gambling, a lot of botheration from people who are trying to sell you this, that, and the other. You know, when I'm a tourist and I'm traveling, I don't like for people to be around me begging and trying to get me to go here and do this, that, and the other. It was restful for me. So I would suggest it as a tourism destination.
The last time I was here, my wife was pregnant with our son, and so, you know, this year we were like, well, he can carry himself this time, you know, so my wife didn't have to carry him. But yes, we will definitely plan on being back. Actually, we have a trip planned next year, so we'll be back soon.
And we have felt so at home here that not only do I feel like I'm at home, but not only am I coming back to visit, but I'm coming back to buy property because I have found my second home, and I want to thank all of the Bahamians for being so professional and so wonderfully nice with such a godly spirit that it made me find. I've been looking for a second home, and I found my second home. So thank you. We had a fabulous time, and not only am I coming back and bringing my whole family, and we're going to buy some property here, so I can hardly wait.
Good for you. Stick with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.